Hey everybody, Jbbushcraft here. Right now I'm demonstrating how I dye my skin. My skin's here. And what I did was I come up with a solution of 4 ounces. This bottle, the whole container is 4 ounces of low VOC, I don't know what that means, leather dye. It is a saddle brown, saddle tan. It says it right there if you can see it. And I mixed it with 12 ounces of isopropyl, 91% isopropyl. And how I'm applying it, I've tried different ways. I tried the daub method, that took too long. And then I tried a rag like you would stain a piece of furniture. That took too long. Come up with a paintbrush. Seems to work pretty good. What you do is you just dab your brush into the solution, get closer to your work area, and then just brush it on in short little strokes. That way the dye soaks into the suede. This is all suede. I'm changing it from beige, yeah, is it beige? Yeah, to brown, like a cowboy would wear, or a pioneer or something. That kind of a buckskin look is what I'm going for. Mountain man type of outfit. When I was a kid, I was always been good with a sewing machine. My mom, when I was a little kid, I didn't have any friends that lived nearby, so I entertained myself by watching my mom sew fabric on her sewing machine. She had this old-fashioned singer. Anyway, I asked her to teach me how to hand sew first. I learned that, and then she taught me how to use the sewing machine. So I got really good with that kind of stuff. And one time, I made this kind of like a puffy sleeve pirate shirt, I guess. Didn't have the frills and lace like you see on Seinfeld episode, but it was just baggy sleeves and oversized front body part of it. Anyway, I made it out of old bed sheets, and I sewed it together on the sewing machine, and came out really good. And my dad was involved in the forestry project of the history of Maine forestry, and Leonard's Mill. He was one of the guys that first became interested in covering the history that was lost, and now gained with Leonard's Mill History Museum, I guess you would call it, Living History Museum. Anyway, he liked that shirt so much that they had to dress in period clothing when they had like events where the public would show up, and he used that shirt for many years, and that I made, because it looked like a pioneer type of a shirt. But anyway, what I'm doing is just dipping my brush in there and just doing short strokes to get that dye embedded into over the beige, ugly beige. I like this color way better. Make me feel like a man. I should get some of those colored beads. That would be kind of cool, actually. Make it real decorated. And I don't want to make it too fancy. I want to wear this in public. I don't want to look like a rhinestone cowboy. Like a rhinestone cowboy. Anyway, this batch that I already covered the back piece with already, that's already done. And now I'm working on a sleeve. This is the first batch I made. So, and I got one more bottle of this left, of the dye. So I think I'll have enough to do all the pieces. Just make sure because this stuff soaks in really well, really quick into the suede. Just keep your eye on it, and if you see a spot that you thought you had and it's lighter, just go over it again. Don't be afraid. And sometimes, like on that, especially on the piece over here, there was some areas that were lighter than others. That's common to see in that kind of a pattern in a home tanned skin that you would have seen made like into a buckskin shirt or clothing or of some kind. That was common because when they did it, when they tanned the skins themselves, they tanned them outside, and sometimes the elements weren't perfect or they didn't do it quite the right way. Who knows? But that was a common, or like an animal like a cow. It has a that what they call the cow, like people have it, where their fur goes in a circle. Sometimes when they skin an animal like that and they take the hair off, that green still there, and that can discolor a hide too, I would imagine. Anyway, I'm going on the first batch, and I still got quite a bit left. Let me get this thing out of the way. So I'm just gonna videotape this, and then I'll finish the rest of it off camera on my lonesome. Yeah, so this is kind of fun. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. The other one is one of those wool Adirondack. I made one out of a wool blanket a long time ago, and I made it too small. I did it the same way. I used a shirt for a pattern. It works pretty well, but I used a shirt that I had, and it was one that, I wear a large t-shirt, large shirt, whatever. But yeah, it was a large. I don't remember what it was for a shirt or a sweater or just whatever it was. It was a shirt anyway, long sleeve, and it was a large. I should have gotten to the thrift store and gotten a size bigger because it was too tight anyway. I tried to, when I cut the shirt up, I tried to imagine to add extra material, thinking it was going to come out right. I didn't add enough. So it was tight. I still have it somewhere. I don't know where it ended up. Maybe it might fit something else, but just make sure you get all those spots that lighten up after it soaks in. And the other thing you'll notice is on the backside of the skin, well, this will seep through like a magic marker seeps through paper, kind of, sort of. That would make, if you wanted a double side, if you wanted to dye both sides, you wouldn't need as much to do the other side because some of it's already there. So part of that will be done. But I don't know if I'm going to or not. I may. I just want to make sure I get enough to do the whole suit, shirt. That's all I care about. So I get enough. I might even be able to start the other sleeve. Then I'll probably run out. And then I'll have to make another batch and finish it up. So 4 ounces of the dye and 12 ounces of isopropyl. I wanted to get, first of all, I went into Walmart, it was my big mistake. I went into the automotive looking for heat because it's got ethanol in it, I believe. I was looking for ethanol. and I couldn't find any, so I ended up just getting isopropyl. But this dye is a not fuel, but it's not water based. It's like got chemicals in it, and ethanol would thin this out. But I chose to get isopropyl because that's all I could find, and I figured I'd try it, and I am, as you can see. So, let me get back into the frame here. I'm just about to the end of my little batch of dye stain. Just make sure you get, no matter how much you have, just make sure it's done right. I got enough. Pretty close to getting there. There's a spot right there that needs it. You don't have to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. That's pretty good. That finish her up. I'm just gonna take the remainder and just dump it onto the. It wasn't enough to do anything. Just blend it in. Yeah, whatever. It soaks through probably. Anyway, that's just how I've been doing it. And I'm gonna let these dry for probably like an hour or more. But that's it, boys and everybody, boys and girls. Jbbushcraft out.